yeah, the pills destroyed my family. It almost killed the man in me, but I am glad to be standing here clean with a clear view, living happily.
You need a reason to believe, a leader does more than need. This is our victory. We create our own dreams.
Yeah, I think it's great for people to share what has happened to them, because it's easier to relate. Like young people talking to young people, they, see eye to eye better, and it's easier. That's how I've got like the most of my knowledge is from like people just, a year or two older than me that have talked to me about like what they have gone through.
Hi, my name is Frank Lopes, and I'm doing a community assessment, and I'm here with...
Hi guys, my name's Austin. I'm 16 years old and I go to Maidu High School.
Yeah, my name is Zach. I'm 15 years old and I go to Lincoln High School.
I am Vanessa Poli. I am 19 years old and I am a sophomore at Sierra College.
Hi, my name is Emily Summers. I am 18 years old. I just graduated from Maidu High and I live in Auburn.
Hi, my name is McKenna. I'm 12 years old and I go to Horizon Charter School.
My name is Marissa Baluna. I am 18 years old and I am a freshman at Sierra College.
Drug trends. There's a lot of drug trends right now that I've seen. A lot of the friends that I stopped hanging out with in high school have like started getting into smoking like meth. I don't really get how that happened. But yeah, I don't know how, like a lot too. It's kind of weird.
I think it depends on the age group. I think marijuana, cocaine, meth, Adderall, any kind of prescription pill. It's sad to see, man.
I feel like everyone in high school has weed. It's just like probably the most common thing in high school, maybe more than alcohol.
I see marijuana and among my peers the most in Lincoln.
The trends that I would see is mostly marijuana. I know of people who have done more than just marijuana, but definitely that.
I do have a concern. It's a big concern. I don't want to have my friends get into drugs or anybody and get so deep into it that they're not able to get out and they do something and they're not able to undo it. I don't want to lose a friend because of that, and I don't want anybody else to lose somebody to drugs.
Particularly from my experience, I've seen that meth is a devastating problem to youth as it's hard to come back from. There's no resilience in a meth addiction. And it feels nearly impossible, I'm sure, to break away from that.
I am very concerned with the heroin use among young people in our community. I've seen so many people die, and I'm hoping that we can come together and make a change. I also feel like drinking and driving is a really big issue that I am concerned about with my friends and, our community. So I'm hoping we can come together and prevent deaths from happening.
My biggest concerns for the youth in the community, I would say, is drinking and driving. I think it's the one that is the most selfish out of all of them. Doing drugs, like, it hurts you and it hurts maybe like the family around you a bit, but drinking and driving could hurt other people, even your family too, but like way worse, and could end lives, which is the worst possible thing out of everything.
I think that my concern with the community, and especially the youth community, is that kids don't know how to cope. They don't know how to cope with their home life, and so a lot of the time they turn to drugs or alcohol, and it turns into a really bad situation where all they know how to do when something bad happens is that they do drugs, and it can be a really bad thing when that's all they know how to do.
Huge concerns about drugs and alcohol to me would be how damaging it is to the body and to the mind, and how it can truly damage you in ways that you don't even know.
If you do like drugs or drink alcohol at a young age, it will really affect your growing process and your age. You'll age different, you'll look older than you are, and you won't be as healthy as you would if you don't do that. If you get into this stuff at such a young age, you can really get in trouble, like with the law, and that wouldn't be good to start off your reputation.
I am very aware of what can happen if you get too deep into certain drugs and alcohol, because addiction's a nasty thing to go through, and it really depends on the person, because some people can experiment and then move on, but it's hard to gauge that in yourself, and some people don't, and then it turns into a lifelong battle. You know, heroin, you can die. You can die the first time, you can die the second time. You know, drinking and driving, you can kill someone and you can die. And I feel like focusing on the littler, you know, issues that are going on is taking away from what we as a community can do to prevent these young deaths from happening.
Down to it, I don't think you should be taking prescription pills if you're not prescribed them, because it's, who knows what is, you're, in that scenario you're self-diagnosing. Maybe you could be self-diagnosing and taking a pill because you think it's going to help a problem. When in reality you're not a doctor and you don't know what is really going on. You know what I mean? People feel the need to numb the pain, and what they don't realize is that self-medication is only making us numb to what the real problem is. So like, at some point, the person who's going through that you know, immense pain or problem has to realize that it's a problem and it's not going to change by self-medicating, and that could be, you know, anywhere from a week-long realization, or it could be a lifelong journey, man.
I believe that the community should have more outreaches to youths and have more fun events for them to come out and be able to do stuff with the community, but feel comfortable and feel like they're gonna have fun and enjoy the time that they're out, not just feel like they're gonna be condemned for, they've smoked before, they've drank before, you know. Have them feel comfortable during these events. I believe that's very important.
Not get them in trouble, but help them.
We need to come together more and get everyone on board that are, you know, the big dogs in charge to make a real change. And I feel that it would be beneficial as a community to have something for the youth that are suffering depression, anxiety, and anything else in a safe environment, and just having support groups that are open, that are free.
I don't know if they can do anything about it. They can do drug awareness or alcohol awareness, but the kids make their own decisions. So it's hard to change someone's mind once they're already into something.
I think I definitely like to see things like mental health awareness, because I think mental health is probably one of the most ignored or not recognized, like problems, especially in youth, because a lot of problems that teenagers have are just kind of blown off, like, you know, you're just a teenager, you're fine. And so I think it would be really cool to have just things that tell teenagers, you know, it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be stressed out, but I would like to, you know, see things where they raise awareness and like help those teenagers going through tough times.
I would think that more alternative activities would help for kids that, you know, don't know what to do, you know, when they go home. Like, what else can I do other than hang out with my friends that smoke weed all day or just like drink? Like, what about them who don't want to, you know, but like, you know, would rather not sit at home by themselves? Like, there's gotta be something. There's gotta be a place they can go to that's near their house, that doing things that they want to do, and you know, whatever it is, photography, music, anything, painting.
Good. I would also say a big advice is to not run away from your problems. You're going to have to deal with your problems sooner or later. Might as well deal with them now and get that over with and understand the reason you have those problems instead of running away from them.
The advice I'd give to someone who drinks and drives or has is it's not worth the risk. You don't want to ride a bike around all day. You don't want to hurt someone else. You don't want to, you know, set your life back, because it happens.
To have a support system, honestly, because being safe isn't always easy. But if you have a support system and adults or older friends that you can trust, that you can call on if something goes wrong, it will make your experimenting a lot safer. You know, if you have someone to call and say, this happened, or I don't want to get into a car with a drunk driver, can you pick me up?
Instead of going to their parents and being like, hey, I took this or I did that, I need you to come pick me up. They have to drive home because they have to be home by a certain time or they're already in trouble anyways. There's a lot of don't do drugs because it's not accepted, or don't do drugs because it's illegal. It's just don't do drugs. They're not like don't do drugs because it could hurt you, or if you are doing drugs, here's how we can help you, you know, and you won't get in trouble for it. We just want you to be okay, you know. I don't think there's a lot of that, but that's what I'd like to see.